Hey everybody, welcome to the show. You know where you are, the 9 at 9 with me, Tigo. And you know I love bringing experts to the table. I love talking to them about their journey. I love it when they have firsts. It's awesome when they have firsts. And the person that's here today is a first-time author. You guys been thinking about doing a book? Now's the time to learn about it. So sit right there. We'll be right back.
Emmett, do you want to play with me? Yeah, I can't play right now. I'm doing show notes.
Yeah, you heard me right. My good friend Mary Frances Buckland is here, and we're going to talk about, getting where you want to be in 90 days, being a first-time author. And I got to admit, I love just hanging out with Mary Frances. We just have fun. So just come on, Mary Frances, where you at?
Hey, I'm here in Western North Carolina, the Asheville area.
Wow, what's the weather like in North Carolina?
Well, it's been pretty cold right now. It's a comfortable 61 degrees and might actually break out the shorts and sandals today.
Hey, you can come to Vegas. It's supposed to be 93 today or some craziness by the weekend. It's like what? It's only April. We can't even talk about it. It's absolutely insane. But let's talk about, you and I have met through Secret Knock, through Prosperity Camp. We're in a couple of projects together. And now you're actually on the show. I'm so happy to have you here. But let me ask you, before we get into everything else, what brought you to the Greg Reed family and the Secret Knock family?
Well, Greg and I met, we're just going to say the universe made us collide.
Okay.
And, he asked me to read 3 Feet from Gold because one of the characters, the last name was Buckland. So, of course, that intrigued me. And then I find out that the main character's name is John Buckland, and that was my great-grandfather's name.
Oh, wow.
So it was just kind of like, everything that I was reading was, brought down kind of like onto a personal level. And just ever since then, we've become greater and greater friends. And the circle of friends that he's introduced me to people like you, it's just been extraordinary. It really has.
I watched you at Secret Knock, and so did Greg Reed. He actually pointed it out in the meeting. When I first met you, you were a little bit shy and a little bit back. And this last time we were at Secret Knock, you were out there. It was like, if there's a cluster of people together just chatting, Mary's probably in the middle of it. You were just having a good old time. What broke you out of your comfort zone and said, you know what, I need to be in there with everybody else?
Honestly, it's like Greg always says, you have to become comfortable being uncomfortable, and then soon your uncomfortable will be comfortable. And, that's kind of what happened. It's kind of what happened. And it's just really great to get together because you find people that you only see at these events, and it's like so great to sit and talk with them. And that's honestly what I did a lot of.
Oh, you did a lot of it, because I kidded you the first night. You were so tired that I told you if you didn't get up at that very second and get the heck out of there, I was taking pictures, and you were going to be known from here on out as One Suit Mary Frances, because you were in there. I did it. I had the picture and everything. I'm like, I'm putting it out there. She is working so hard in this room, but It's amazing. And then you come along not only are you like out there in this budding flower in the room, but you're also getting involved in great projects like Secret of Happiness. What's your feeling about Secret of Happiness?
I really love the fact that we are meeting so many people. Number one, being able to interview some great minds, one-on-one, and really nitpick and so on. But it's just really finding out how everybody's perspective on what makes them happy is so different. And, I went down to Granny down in the holler here. She's in her 80s. And
Oh,
I
wow.
asked her, I said, what is your secret of happiness? And she said, honestly, the good old days, because they were so simple. She said, now
Ah,
everybody's so busy competing with everybody for everything. It just really busts your bubble. Well, she didn't say that, but, kind of like that. So yeah, I definitely agree that simpler times were simpler ways and a lot less made you happy.
I find it fascinating, just being in that project and watching people's response to that simple question. What is your secret of happiness? And from all walks of life, from the mom who's just trying to get through the day, to super entrepreneurs that are, 6, 7, 8 figure, success stories. And their stories are so different and at the same kind of all connect in one way or another. So it amazes the heck out of me, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. And I'm glad, my buddy Mary Frances is a part of it too. We're having a blast doing this stuff. People have no idea. They
They
have no
don't,
idea.
they don't.
They
If
have no idea.
they ever get the opportunity to be able to get in on a project like this, I strongly advise it. The secret of happiness was just so natural for me because that's part of my journey is to help people be happier people. So it was just kind of, like I say, a natural for me to say, yeah, I'd love to do this.
Yeah, and for me, see, I'm kind of a Greg Reed poster child. So if he's doing something and, Billy runs up and says he's doing, I usually don't hear what. I just go, yes. And then I go, what did I just say yes to? As Billy runs away and goes to the next place. And I'm like, yo, Billy, what did I just say next to? And I'll find out later because all the projects that seems to be coming out of, the Greg Reed camp and Secret Knock Prosperity Camp, all of those projects seem to be amazing and fun and just expands my horizon, including what I teased a little bit to in the intro, your first time co-author, right?
Yes, actually, you and I were both in the book, and Station 42.
Woohoo!
And this is, when I went back and I read it, it really kind of resonated to me. And I pulled Greg aside and I said, this book's pretty much written about my story. And he
Yeah,
just kind of looked at me and smiled. He didn't agree or disagree, but you know what? We all have this story in
yeah,
one way or another.
yeah.
And, with all of the guidance and counsel that we've all given as co-authors to the woman in the book through her journey is, really what I would have loved to have been handed to me on a silver platter like this.
Yeah, it took me 20 years to get about 30% of that kind of counsel, you know, and to read that book and watch how it flows, because I'm not an author by trade, I'm a super geek and television producer and all that stuff. But when I heard the story of how we were going to do this, I thought, Greg's good. He's not this good. It's never going to flow like that because everybody's from such different walks of life, but they
Mhm.
figured it out. And when you read it, it is truly a cohesive story that you go, well, what happened next?
Right,
Well, what
right,
happened next?
right.
I would love to do, and I've got to talk to Greg about it because we have here in Las Vegas in Boulder City, it's one of our suburban towns. We have a historic train station there. And I'd love to do a book signing there with everybody that can
That'd be
make it.
awesome.
Yeah, and they have this classic train that only goes out about 40 minutes and then comes back, but it's the old-fashioned cars and all of that kind of stuff. I think it would be awesome to do for Station 42. So
That
maybe
was,
you and I can like bend his ear or something. We can do something like that at Boulder City. But
let's
okay, before we get out of here, because we just got started, you're gonna have to come back because Alan just don't understand. I have to talk to my Mary Frances. Um, you have a wellness business, correct?
Yeah, Solar Wellness. And what it is I help people transition from where they are today to where they want to be in 90 days. Hold their hand along the way. We choose a path that, it's client based, it's client led. And, we agree on the steps and I hold you accountable. We have, weekly meetings and I try to make it as painless, excuse me, as
Oh, it's painful.
it is a painful process. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
Trying to get through something, especially if you're trying to do it alone. And, that's what I found out is if you've got somebody to hold your hand along the way and you choose a path, you don't jump on GPS. You kind of, make your own path. And if you have a setback, there's a way to incorporate that in there as well. But, we'll get more into that next time we speak.
Yeah, we'll definitely get more into that next time we speak because, when you're on this journey by yourself, before I started getting my first coaches, you kind of feel like you're out in a dinghy in the middle of the ocean with one oar and you're just spinning around in circles trying to get where you're going. So having the proper team, being a part of an organization like we are with Greg Reed, it's like it really helps you navigate through that journey and you don't feel so alone. And in my case, I used to think I was crazy trying to do this. Am I crazy? Just trying to do it. But I'm so glad you could just come on and hang out with me for a few minutes. We're going to go deeper and deeper because I got to have you keep coming back. You're Mary Frances. This is what it's about. How do they find you? How do they get in touch with you if they're looking for coaching?
So you can just go to solnarwellnessllc.com and, hit me up there, or you can always text me at 828-206-2486 and I'll be more than glad to text you back. And
give them that number one more time.
828-206-2486.
Thanks for hanging out, Mary Frances. You already know I think you're awesome.
Thanks. And we'll get together again soon.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you missed the number, if you missed the website, you know what to do. Go to Tigo Direct, type in Mary Frances, and she'll come up. There's a box there for you to send a private message to her. She'll get it and she can reply back. There's no cost to Mary Frances. There's no cost to you. It's our way to make sure everybody can stay connected and you can find the people that we have as our wonderful guests on this show. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you'll come back next time. And as always, I'm Tigo. I'll talk to you next time.